Hi guys, welcome to today's tutorial. Today we'll be looking at addition and subtraction of surds with also multiplication of surds. Now, the basic thing to understand in your operations in surds, be it addition, subtraction, alright, is that the roots, the digits or letters or alphabets in the root sign must be same. Now, for example, in example 1, we have root x and root x. Example 2, we have root 2 and root 2, root 3 and root 3. If these root signs are not the same, then you can't add up the surds. Okay, so once your root signs are not the same, then you can't add them up. But if they are the same, then you can add up. So for example, if we have a root x plus b root x, now these two are the same. So what we are going to do, we factorize, having it as a plus b root x. Okay, so now applying this rule applies to both addition and subtraction. Now applying this rule in this examples here, we have it as 1 7 root x plus 2 root x. Now since their root signs are same, this becomes 7 plus 2 root x, which gives us 9 root x. Okay, now for question 2, we have it as 4 root 2 plus 6 root 2. Now since the root signs are the same, this becomes 4 plus 6 root 2. Now 4 plus 6 will give us 10 root 2. And for question 3, we have it as 15 root 3 minus 7 root 2. So root 3. Now since they are both in same roots, we have it as 15 minus 7 root 3. Now 15 minus 7 would give us 8. That gives us 8 root 3. Okay, now let's look at another example. Okay, we have root 20 minus root, plus root 45. Now, if we have root 20 plus root 45, in order to solve this, we would first of all break these numbers down. Okay, now, like I said in our other class, for us to simplify root 20 and root 45, we would look for what? The perfect squares in them, okay, in order to simplify this. Now, if you haven't seen our videos on surds, please check the playlist. You will get it there. Now, for root 20, we can simplify it to be root 4 times 5. All right. Now, root 45 can be simplified to be root 9 times 5. Okay. Now, 4 and 9 are perfect squares. So this gives us root 20 can be rewritten as root 4 will be 2 root 5, and root 45 will be 3 root 5. So now replacing these two with this becomes 2 root 5 plus 3 root 5. Now, bringing us back to the rule we applied there, which gives us 2 plus 3 root 5. So this we have as 5 root 5 as our answer. Okay, let's look at another example where we have 5 root 450 minus root 200. Now, same thing we are going to do is to apply, to simplify our root signs by simply looking for the perfect squares in them. Now, we know that for 45, what are we going to multiply to give us 45 that is a perfect square? Okay, with 45, 450 we have it as 9 times 50. Since 9 times 5 is 45, times 0 will give us 450. Okay, and root, okay, we can still break this 50 down to be 25 times 2. So this goes 25 times 2. Okay, yep. So from here, we're having it as root of 9 is 3 times root of 5 is 25 is 5 root 2. So 5 times 3 will give us 15 root 2. Okay, now having that, we look at root 200 will give us 100 times 2. Okay, so root of 100 will give us 10 root 2. So now back here, we have it as 15 root 2 minus 10 root 2, which will give us 15 minus 10, all in brackets, root 2. So this gives us 5 root 2 as an answer. So 450, root 450 minus root 200 will leave us with 5 root 2. Alright, we are going to look at more examples on application of addition and subtraction before we look at multiplication. So stick with us. If you haven't subscribed, please do so and help us view and like and share this channel with others, as it helps us and encourages us to do more. Thank you. Next question says, evaluate 3 root 75 minus root 12 plus root 108, leaving your answer in short form. Now, in order to solve this, okay, we would first of all look at how to break down our 75, 12, and 108 into smaller roots. Okay, now we know that root 75 equals, perfect square there should be 25. So that will give us 3 root, okay, let's have this, 25 times 3 will give us 75. So this would give us 3 times root 25 is 5, root 3, which is 15 root 3. And root 12 would give us root 4 times 3, which gives us 2 root 3. Root 4 is 2 root 3. And root 108 would be 36 times 3. This will give us root 36 times 3, and root 36 is 6 root 3. Okay, now replacing all this for this, root 3 root 75 would be 15 root 3 minus 2 root 3 plus 6 root 3. Now notice one thing here, that all our roots are equal, so we can add them all up and subtract. So this becomes 15 minus 2 plus 6 root 3. Okay, now 15 minus 2 is 13. 13 plus 6 will give us 19. So if you do 15 plus 6, 21. 21 minus 2 will still give you 19. So this leaves us with 19 root 3 as our answer. And to the second one, where we have 1 root 5 and 5 root 48, we are still going to break it down this way. And breaking down our 48 would give us 5 root 48. Breaking down 48 will give us 5 root 3 times 16, or 16 times 3. Let's have it as 16 times 3. Okay, and root 16 would give us 4. So this will be 5 times 4 root 3, which gives us 20 root 3. Okay, and our 192 would be root 7 root 192, okay, would be 7 root 3 here 6 and 3 here 4. 64 times 3, which gives us 7 times root of 64 is 8 root 3. 7 times 8 would give us 56. 56 root 3. And our root 147 would be root 3 here will give us 3 into 27 would 3 into 12 will give us 4, into 27 will give us 9, so that will be 49 times 3, so this gives us 7 root 3. Okay, now replacing this, for this we have it as 20 root 3 minus 56 root 3 plus 7 root 3. Okay, all line same root sign of 3. This becomes 20 minus 56 plus 7 root 3. Okay, now 20 minus 56 or 27 minus 56, 27 minus 56 would give us minus, so this gives us minus 29 root 3 as our answer. All right, let's look at multiplication of surds. All right, for multiplication of surds, when we have two same surds or two same roots multiplying itself, it leaves you with the value in the root. All right, for example, we have root, our first example here is 7 times root 7. Now we know that root 7 times 7 will give us root 49. Okay, and root 49 will still give us 7. So root 7 times 7 automatically leaves us with 7. Okay, so the B part, we have it as root 5 times root 2. Expanding it, we have it as 5 times 2, which gives us root 10. Okay, and C, we have root 20 times root 48. Okay, this gives us expanding 20 times 48. Okay, now we can find out 20. We know that 20, so we know that root 20 is root 4 times 5. Okay, yep, which will give us 2 root 5. And root 48 is root 12 times 4. Okay, but 12, we can still break down 12 to 4 times 3. Okay, so if we can still break down 12 to 4 times 3, so we can have it as root 16 times 3. 16 times 3, which gives us 4 root 3. Okay, now in replacing it here to be 2 root 5 times 4 root 3. Okay, we have it as, we would have it as 4 times 2 will give us 8. 5 times 3 will give us root 15. So this will have as 8 root 15. Now, to the D part, where we have root 12 bracket root 48 minus root 3. Okay, so here we know that root 12 equals 4 times 3, which will give us 2 root 3, and root 48 equals 16 times 3, which gives us 4 root 3. Okay, replacing there, we have it as 2 root 3 bracket 4 root 3 minus root 3. Now, using this to open up this bracket, we have it as 2 root 3 times 4 root 3 minus 2 root 3 times root 3. Okay, 4 times 2 will give us 8. Root 3 times root 3 times root 3 would give us 3. So this becomes 8 times 3 minus 2 times 3. Now 8 times 3 would give us what? 8 times 3 will give us 24 minus 6. Okay, now 24 minus 6, 24 minus 6 will give us 18. Alright, so we've evaluated this as 24 as 18. Okay, let's look at more examples on how to solve using multiplication of sorts. Set of questions, it says we should solve this. Now, in simplifying this, we will have this as 1. 2 root 18, okay, 2 root 18 would give us 2 times 9, 2 times, okay, root 9 times 2, which gives us 3, 2 times 3 root 2, which is 6 root 2. And for root 75, we have it as root 25 times 3, which gives us 5 root 3. And for 3 root 108, we have it as 3 root 36 times 3, which is 3 times 6 root 3. 3 times 6 will give us 18 root 3. Okay, now having it at that, since it's all multiplying, we apply, this becomes 6 root 2 times 5 root 3 times 18 root 3, which we are having as 6 times 5, 30. Okay, 30 times 18, this will be 30 times 18, gives us 540. So this will be 540 root 2 times 3 times 3. Okay, so 540 root 3 times 3. So this 2 will give us 540 times 3 root 2, which will be 540 times 3 would give us 1620 root 2 as our answer. And the next one we have 2 plus root 5 all squared. So this, when we expand, we have as 2 plus root 5 times 2 plus root 5. Okay, so this will open up this will open up this. Okay, now doing that, this becomes 2 times 2, 4 plus 2 root 5. Okay, this gives us plus 2 root 5 plus root 5 times root 5 will give us 5. So here we have this as 4. 4 plus 5 will give us 9 plus 4 root 5. So this gives us our answer as 4 plus 9 root 5. Now our next question says simplify 3 plus 5 root 3 all in one bracket times 3 minus 5 root 3. Now we can see that the only difference here is their sign, and this is what we refer to as conjugate surds. When the figures are same, the only difference in two binomial surds is their sign, then they are referred to as conjugate surds. And the best way to solve them out is to solve them out like a difference of two squares. Now this will multiply this will multiply this. So this we have as 3. 3 times 3 will give us 9. 3 times 3 will give us 9. Now 3 times minus 5 will give us minus 15 root 3. This will give us plus 15 root 3. And this will give us minus times plus will give us minus. 5 times 5 will give us 25 times root 3 times root 3 will give us 3. So this we have as 9. This cancels this, minus 15 and 25 times 3 will give us 75. So 9 minus 75 would give us minus 66. So the answer to this would be minus 66. Alright guys, let's look at division of surds. Now, talking about division of surds, we are going to look at how we would apply our rules in our 3 examples here. Now for example 1, we have 20 all over 5 root 28 minus 2 root 63. First, we are going to break down 28 and 63, okay, to their simplest form. Now, root 28 would give us what? That's 4 times 7 will give us 28. 4 times 7, which is 2 root 7. So now 5 root 28 would be 2 times 5, 10. 10 root 7. And root 63 would be root 9 times 7, which gives us 3 root 7. So 2 root 63 would give us 3 times 2 would be 6 root 7. Okay, now replacing our denominator with this becomes 20 all over 10 root 7 minus 6 root 7. Now remember, earlier we learned about subtraction and addition of surds. Now since there is same base, same root sign, we can subtract. So this will give us 20 over 10 minus 6 root 7. So this we have as 20 over 4 root 7. Now 4 here, 1, 4 into 20, 5. So this becomes 5 over root 7. Now applying our law, in order to eliminate our root sign, we have to multiply both numerator and denominator by the root. So this becomes times root 7 over root 7. So this we are having as 5 root 7 all over root 7 times root 7 will give us 7. So with this, we've solved out our first question. Now, to question 2, where we have 3 root 5 times 4 root 6 all over 2 root 2 times 3 root 3. Okay, now this we can multiply out to give us what? 3 times 4 will give us 12 root 30 all over 6 root 6. Okay, having it as 6 root 6, we can simplify this. Our root 30 will be, yes, our root 30 would be what? We can break this down to give us 2 root 30 over root 6. Okay, so we can multiply both up and down. 30 will give us 5 times 6. Okay, so root 30, this will give us 2 root 5 times root 6, okay, and all over root 6. So this can cancel out this, leaving an answer with 2 root 5. So our answer would be 2 root 5. Now to the third one. So question 3, we have root 98 minus root 50 all over root 32. Now let's break 98 down. Root 98 would give us, 98 would give us what? 7 times, 49 times 2. So this gives us root 49 times 2, which is 7 root 2. And 50, root 50 would give us 25 times 2, which gives us 5 root 2, and 32 will give us 16 times 2, which gives us 4 root 2. Alright, now having done this, we are going to replace all these numbers with simplified roots. So this becomes 7 root 2 minus 5 root 2 divided by what? 4 root 2. Okay, 7 minus 5, 7 minus 5 root 2 all over 4 root 2 would give us 2 root 2 over 4 root 2. So 2 here 1, 2 here 2. So this we are going to have as root 2 over 2 root 2. Now multiplying both up and down by 2 root 2. So we have this as 2 over, root 2 over 2 root 2. So we can eliminate this root sign below for it to be root 2 over 2 root 2 times 2 root 2 over 2 root 2. Okay, so if we do this, this becomes 2 times 2, alright, all over 2, 2 times 2 will give us 4 times 2, which is 4 over 8, which is 1 over 2. So with this, we've simplified it as 1 over 2. Alright guys, with this, we've come to the end of today's tutorial. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the notification button for more updates. If you've enjoyed our tutorials, also share this link with your friends. Thank you.